Today we're heading to Axis headquarters to meet Takamasa Watanabe-sensei, the first and only Rickson Gracie black belt in Japan, and the founder of the country's first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy. On the way, we stopped in Shimokuzawa, the hipster headquarters of Tokyo, for a coffee. We're Nick and Francesco, traveling across Japan to share the stories behind every dojo we find. All right, we're here with the one and only Taka-sensei at Axis headquarters. Thanks for letting us come.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
my pleasure.
I've been training here for a while, and
Yeah, for me it's very short actually. It's
yeah,
3 months.
yeah.
Very short.
We always, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. We always say you're the best teacher in any field we've ever. I feel that.
Thank you
Better
very
than any
much.
professor at university. You're the best, like what I think a teacher should be. So
Well, that's a very
Yeah.
big compliment because you work with you have talked with a lot of instructors, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
right? So that's a big compliment. Thank you very much.
yeah. Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying that the class it really looks like a university class.
Yeah.
It's not
Thank
like
you
a
very
jiu-jitsu class. It's
Thank
just
you very
oh,
much.
okay.
Well, I think one thing that you do is like you give like anecdotes and like metaphors and stuff to explain. So it's not just the move. You know how you like
Yes.
when you put a story into some type of teaching, it makes it more like you want to learn more. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
So, is it true that this was the first jiu-jitsu institution in Japan?
Yes. Well, not this place.
Okay, yeah.
It used to be on the same neighborhood, 3 minutes walking from here. Distance, a little bit smaller. It was 97. I opened the first academy in Japan. And for what I understand, it was the first physical academy of 100% Jiu-Jitsu in Japan. It was called Gracie Japan at the time. Before that, I used to teach on, we used to rent places like sports centers. And I used to give classes only on weekends because I used to study university.
Okay.
So, and even after I opened the first academy, I was still going to university.
Jochi, we went to the same university.
Are you?
right?
Yes, Sophia University in Japan.
yeah.
So I used to go there and teach at the same time.
Okay.
It was crazy, but and because that was not, I opened the academy more for me to train, okay? Because I didn't have anywhere to train. So, but after I graduated, I had already 250 students already.
Wow.
So I said, okay, why not continue doing that? And that's how I kept on doing this.
But what do you do when you can't find people of higher, like, there couldn't have been black belts, you know,
Yeah,
like.
by that time, what I used to do is to hire. I used to teach too,
Okay.
but I used to also hire Brazilian instructors from Brazil. Actually, the first instructor who taught in my academy in '97 was Maurício Mota Gomes. He's Roger Gracie's father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Roger Gracie is a
Yeah.
10 times world champion. His father used to was the first instructor there.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
And we had many other very high level instructors. And once we changed it to this facility, then I started to teaching 100%. Yeah, all by myself. Yes.
Yeah, but actually that's also pretty amazing because you teach all the classes basically, except the kids maybe.
Yes.
But you teach all the classes, so it sum up like 5-6 hours a day.
5
maybe?
classes a day. Yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
it's pretty.
Yeah, but it's one time I thought it was a lot, right? 5 classes a day, but one time I went to Rickson's place in LA, and he asked me, "Oh, how many classes you give in a day?" I said, 5, master. It's like see how much I teach.
Yeah.
5, master. Yes. When you were young, how many classes you used to teach? He said, 13.
Wow.
I say, wait, how many hours a day? No, the classes were only privates. Every classes were 30 minutes long.
Okay.
When Hélio Gracie, in Hélio Gracie's academy. So he was like 17 years old, 18 years old. He used to teach one after the other.
Wow.
He said that every day he used to wear 5 gis every day of sweat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after he said that, I said, man, I'm still, it's not enough. Yeah.
Not there yet.
Yes,
All right.
it's not that stressful.
How did you get acquainted with Rickson, Master Rickson?
It was because I started Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil,
Okay.
but when I started Jiu-Jitsu, Master Rickson was like, something that we cannot see. You
Yeah,
know, it was
yeah.
he was a
like a gold,
legend.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he was the star. You know,
Yeah.
he's still the king for
Yeah.
me. But somebody that you go to the beach, although you're doing jiu-jitsu, say, oh, Rickson's there. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you don't have access to him. Yeah.
Okay.
But when I came to Japan, I was already teaching, like I said, not with a facility. And then I met Master Rickson because he started coming to Japan in '94 to compete.
Oh.
And then I got acquainted with him, and he then started teaching me, and I had access to his house too in LA. So I used to teach and sometimes go to LA and stay his place. Their family opened their arms to me. I'm very grateful for them. I used to sleep in Kron's room. Yeah, Kron was a store. Yeah. So I'm very blessed to be welcomed on their family. You know. Yes.
Yeah. So then, who would you say is your first sensei before Rickson?
My first sensei was Marcelo Bering. He's Rickson's student.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he passed away a long time ago. He was 30 something, 33.
He was young.
Okay.
Yeah, he was young, and he was my first instructor.
Okay.
But then I have to change the lineage a little bit, but it came down to the same lineage again.
Yeah.
And now, yes, so I received the black belt from Master Rickson.
Oh,
Wow.
Actually, I stayed for as a brown belt for 8 years.
Wow.
Because I'm in Japan,
Yeah.
and nobody can graduate me.
Yeah.
And I have many like top instructors coming by and say, okay, I want to give you the black belt. But because I knew Rickson already and I knew what he can teach me
Yeah.
and what he knows, I said, I'm not gonna receive a belt from. Thank you. I had to wait because. And everybody said, "You're not gonna give him. He's not gonna give you a black belt. He's not gonna give you a black belt. I mean, he's hard on giving the black belts." But I said, "If he doesn't give me the belt, I'm gonna die brown belt." Whatever.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But,
but also this is reflected here, right?
Yeah, you
don't
talk
give
to
the belt
you
very
talk to other
easily.
gyms. They always say Axis is that's a rumor that Axis is slow with belts.
Yes, I try to keep that the same like how to say scale, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nowadays, for example, they give belts for the amount of classes you take, or how many competitions you competed, you know. But my criteria is very different. Yes, some people they want to rush for the belt. That's their option.
Yep.
But
What's your just because everybody always wonders what is Taka Sensei's
this
criteria?
yeah.
Because there's no stripes here either. That's the other thing.
Yeah, because we have so many people.
Yeah,
if I keep track on yes, and as you know, I don't charge for the belt.
Yeah.
I don't make belt how tests.
Yes.
Well, some people do, and I'm not going against that, but we don't because, as I said to you, as you guys know, I give all the classes.
Yeah.
Most of the classes.
Yes.
So I see what they can do on the mat. Okay. So
Yeah.
I don't have to go again and you take a
them,
test again.
yeah.
Test them
Yeah.
again. Yes. So the criteria is. I think if this is a normal school institution, like blue belt, you're graduated. You know, you already graduated.
Okay.
Bachelor's degree. Okay.
Yeah.
Purple belt, master's degree.
Okay.
Brown belt, PhD. Okay. And black belt is a PhD with a little bit more experience on the already. Keep on already doing practicing the PhD, you know.
Yes.
So and I think that's pretty much what it was back then, because when I started jiu-jitsu, a blue belt, not putting other martial arts down, but you can fight any black belt of any martial arts if you're blue belt. You know, that's the level we keep our students. You know what I mean? So if you're blue belt in jiu-jitsu, back in time, you knew how to fight. You know, and now it's very diluted. The kind of how to say paradigm. You know, it's changing a lot.
A lot of places people know when they're gonna get their next belt.
Yes.
In some places I saw, they even send you a message. You buy your belt You bring it to the ceremony and you get the belt.
You got the belt.
Oh,
yes,
really? That's
yeah.
fun.
I found it rather disappointing to be
Yeah,
honest.
but
Yes.
it's cool because you never, like with you, nobody knows anything about it.
Yeah.
because it's just him that decides,
Ye-
right?
yes,
yeah,
pretty much,
Other
yes.
places, if there's a lot of instructors, they'll all have like some meeting or something. you
Yes,
know,
I understand academies who has a lot of branches,
Yeah.
but still, the branch instructor, that's somebody who's watching. They have the criteria. They have to give the belts. So I don't give the belts for my branches.
Yeah,
Each instructor
Each
give
instructor
the belt.
decide.
Yes.
And so they don't need your approval, right?
No,
So,
no,
okay.
no.
Okay, you
Just for
trust
black
them.
belts. Just for
Okay.
black belts.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just going to change up the topic because I think a lot of people, maybe from America or abroad, don't realize how many Brazilians there are in Japan. You know, it's the big, maybe one of the biggest
Yes.
populations of Brazilians outside of Brazil,
Yes,
right?
I believe so.
You were born in Japan, though.
Yes, I'm 100% Japanese.
Really?
Yes. My father and mother are Japanese. And I was born in Japan, but I was born in Japan by accident because my father and my mother was already living in Brazil.
Really?
So my older brother, he already was born in Brazil.
Okay.
The only reason I was born in Japan is because my mother came like fully pregnant.
Wow.
And she couldn't fly back home because she could deliver anytime. So she gave birth here.
Yeah.
And after 3 months that I could fly, I came back. But we were already living in Brazil.
Did you grow up speaking Portuguese? Though?
Yes, yes. So
right.
Portuguese is my main language.
So what
Yes.
what was it like growing up in Japan? No. So
In
you went
Brazil.
back to Brazil.
Yes.
You went back to Brazil. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So for me, Japanese is the second language.
I see.
Yes. The first language is Portuguese.
Do you feel
so
like-
I'll be more comfortable if it was in Portuguese?
In Portuguese.
Sorry for that.
Do you feel like do you feel Japanese at this point after being in Japan for so long, or do you feel?
I think because until 20 years old, I lived in Brazil, so I still think half.
Yeah.
Although my time in Japan is longer now,
Yeah.
but I still feel half.
But why you came back to Japan? I mean, like,
To university.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
for doing university,
For
but
doing
why
university.
you couldn't do in Brazil, for example?
Yeah, because I'm Japanese, and my father, my mother, my grandfather, all my lineage is Japanese.
Okay.
So for one, I wanted to learn Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so maybe after I graduated, it will be an option to go somewhere else. But I like it to live here, and I end up like having kids here. And
Yeah. Can I just? Do you think it's difficult for Brazilians living in Japan, or do you think it's like? Because I mean, some parts of Japan, like Nagoya, are like Brazil. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do you think there's like kind of a?
My wife is Brazilian, half Brazilian, half Japanese. Okay, so she by nationality she's Brazilian, and I don't know. I think it depends on the person and depends on the environment they put in. So
Yeah.
in Tokyo, there's a lot of Brazilians, and they live in a different community than other Brazilians in other cities. You
Yeah.
know? So depends on the city they live in, depending on the environment and the goals in life.
Yeah.
Maybe yes.
yeah.
So I don't think it's harder or easier than other nationalities.
Yeah.
You know. Yes.
It's just like I've been to Brazil and I've been to Japan, and I think it's really funny that Japanese people decided to go to Brazil, which is like the total opposite of, you know, It's like just the way people are and stuff is like it's so much more relaxed and
Yes.
like
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very different. Yeah.
I go often to Nagoya. Nagoya is the Brazilian community is very Brazilian community.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, they hang out together, they
Yes.
stay together, they do jiu-jitsu together.
Yes,
It's
yes.
many of them don't even speak Japanese, I would
Yes,
say.
yeah.
Or
yes.
not properly at least.
Yes.
It's a bit different than Tokyo, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. That's very different from Tokyo.
Yeah.
just to go back to jiu-jitsu, so you know there's all types, you know, jiu-jitsu's getting really popular right now, you know, in the States you see no-gi everywhere, you know, lots of competitions. Like, what is your philosophy on like teaching jiu-jitsu and like the type of jiu-jitsu you want to teach and keep alive?
Yes, the jiu-jitsu we practice now is a mixture of a Japanese culture and a Brazilian culture. If they didn't mix the way it mixed, it wouldn't be the martial art, the format we play now. So I want to keep that, you know,
Okay.
because now it went to many countries, and the influence of each country like changes a little bit. But I want as much as I can to keep that mixture that worked very well, you know.
Yeah.
And as maybe you guys have been to Brazil, you know, it's very different. Okay, and that's why it went like it matched perfectly. You know, two different sides, the opposite. Mixed it up in a specific way that it couldn't be calculated, you know. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so, and we want to keep the culture. And here we only teach jiu-jitsu, but I want to teach the full thing, the full spectrum. Not only competition, not only self-defense. I want to do the whole. I want people who comes here and learn here to have all the possible faces of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, because originally, like the Gracie jiu-jitsu, they were mainly starting with self-defense, right?
Yes,
like they thought that if you cannot do self-defense, then you are not even a blue belt.
Yes,
something like
yes,
that.
For sure.
But I noticed that everywhere you go, this aspect is very neglected actually.
Yes.
Really, no one teaches.
Yes.
And it's kind of, you know, is losing a bit his nature maybe. Like.
Yes. The tendency is to become like judo became, like other martial arts became. I think it was something. It was a martial art, and somewhere it became a sport because of the rules you set. You know, for safety reasons. And jiu-jitsu is no different. Because of the rule set, they're gonna try to get the points, the win, in the easiest way possible, the safest way possible, and that takes because it's. I debated that with many instructors. But there's no way you can make a really, really safe rule if you want to keep the 100% the martial art element of any martial art.
Yeah,
so somewhere you have to give up some aspects. That's for competition. Okay? But on the mat, I want to keep on the training aspect. I wanted to keep as much this element alive as possible. You know, people who compete, they can forget about that element and follow the rules.
Yeah.
But for training, I want everybody to be able to train and to be able to develop this the self-defense aspect as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, like, but another thing that is not really easy to understand, like, if you remove these natural martial arts, right? You're basically changing entirely the how can I say the sport. Let's call it sport for now. You are changing completely these martial arts, right? And this is what I feel is like you're losing also other aspects like the mental training that you should have, and also the preparation to be ready to face a very difficult situation in your life, right? Like, because many people say, yeah, you practice jiu-jitsu, you become more resilient in your real life. But if you remove this aspect, how can you keep this other philosophical component where you can become resilient in your real life?
You mean if it's just sport?
If it's just sport, right?
Yeah.
Then why not practice? Why was the difference with soccer then at that point? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that the because when you say, okay, how do you stand up, for example?
Yeah.
You can stand up the way you want.
Yeah.
Okay? You can stand up the way you want. But how you really have to be able to, what's the right way to stand up? No, there's no right way. I stand up like this. I was taught this way. But the right way, what's the right way? I think the right way is the way that you can stand up under pressure.
Yeah.
Under full pressure. That's the way you can stand up. The way you can stand up under full pressure, that's the correct way. Okay? So you have to create that ultimate pressure environment to know the true movement. You know, because what's true? Okay, I believe this is the true. Okay, let's put to the test. What's the true movement? Okay, so if you take out the danger of the martial art, you don't come up with the real movement. Okay, what is the real movement on this position? What's the best position in this situation? So if you take all the danger, the more danger elements you take it out, the less closer to the truth of the movement you're gonna end up. For example, there was a robot a few years ago that, actually a while ago, that could stand up by themselves. The robot.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And you see the way they're standing up, crazy.
Yeah.
The joints turning on the weird angles, you know, very complex movement, very complicated way. The way we stand up, I believe, is much more simpler. But the engineers, they don't know that. You know what I mean? The engineers who program that, they don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay? So they figured out one way that was possible. So that can only, this idea, the concepts can only emerge under stress, I believe, you know. And if you take the striking, if you take all the danger, it becomes a game.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Yes.
But how can you simulate this stress in a dojo environment?
You first of all, you have to think about what if. Okay,
Yeah.
what if? You don't have to train every day striking, but what if? Is it distance? Is this distance safe? Is this angle safe? You know, and you can always. But if you don't have to think about that, if your goal is to just score points, you know, without getting submitted, that changes a lot, you know. So just having that mindset, okay, what if this happens? What if this happens? You know, and just to have that in mind, that changes a lot, I think.
We were talking about this before the camera was rolling about how it's kind of become a lifestyle thing in America, and I kind of said it like happily, and then he was like, yeah, I don't know about, what's your opinion just on the...
Yeah, I for example, there's some martial arts that if you see the gi, for example, just the gi, just the uniform we use, they have red lapels. I'm not even talking about jiu-jitsu, martial arts. Okay, the uniform is a red lapel with the borders, black borders. It's very fancy.
Yeah.
But nothing to do with the traditional karate or the martial art that they start from. If you see the Gracie footage from even recent footage, they follow the same curriculum. They have a white gi, you know, even the belts are similar, you know. In Brazil, it's they're very creative. They have a lot of ideas, I guess, but they follow that, you know. So the part that they have they have to commit on maintaining, the Gracie is maintaining it, I think, you know. And what I see now, a lot of academies and many countries, they going from the facility, from the uniforms, from the way they talk. It became a little bit different. Okay, there's some I see sometimes in YouTube some even famous instructors using a lot of bad language, f this, f that, you know, and for me it's like this. I don't like that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. The place that you want to keep, as you guys knows, this is a very friendly environment, very relaxed. But I don't think you ever heard me say a slur.
No.
Never, right? Yes. We try to maintain that part. Yes.
Yeah.
Thiago Machado Sensei use a red gi.
Yes.
He's the only one.
Well, that person,
We
I won't
cannot
say
say
anything. He can wear whatever he wants. He's a master. He can wear whatever he wants.
But just to comment on the community, everybody who comes here says one of the best parts about Axis is all the members are like really friendly and nice. You know, you can trust all your stuff in the locker room, because there's some places where you can't.
Yes,
Even in Japan, right?
And I think that people vibrate, you know, in different like vibrations. I believe that. I really believe that. And if we keep the vibration high, you kind of bring that people in. You know, people who match the vibration. People who don't match the vibration leave. I'm not saying that our vibration is the best or not, but it's our vibration. Nothing. I cannot do anything about that. But we try to we bring people, and you guys know I don't do any advertisement.
No, he doesn't do any advertising.
Because of that. Because if you want to get to here, it's because you really look for it. You try many. I want you to try as many academies as possible. You know. I don't want people coming here just, you know,
because you are the first one.
Yes. I don't. And the reason I say that is because I had as I said, this was the first academy in Japan. So when I started, a lot of people came because there's no other option. Who want to learn jiu-jitsu? That was the option, you know. So you have many different people. And it was atmosphere that I didn't like. You know, people who didn't vibrate with me, but. Not enough to kick them out, not bad enough to kick them out, you know. So, but now because there's so many academies, it's much better because everybody goes to the place that they vibrate. I'm not saying that we're better or worse, but they vibrate the same. And for me, the more academies that opens, better. If I filtrate, you know. So that's why I don't advertise, because I just want to reach to the people who really.
If you know, you know.
Own style.
Is there any like final message you like wanna? It could be about jiu-jitsu or about Axis in general.
Yeah, I believe that this is a very good martial arts for your body. I mean, Pedro Valente is a friend of mine, and he said something in his one of his interviews that I think is very important. Learning martial arts, knowing martial arts is not an option. Not so much on self-defense. It's not an option. Like swimming is not an option. Okay, so two things you have to learn. Okay? People think no, it's an option. Okay, I could learn guitar. I can learn dance. I can learn jiu-jitsu. No, whatever you do, swimming and martial art, self-defense is not optional. Even if you do a little bit, like swimming, you don't have to become a swimmer. You just have to learn how to swim. Martial arts the same. And doesn't mean that if you learn martial arts, you're gonna be able to defend yourself against anyone in any situation. That's not the point. Is what Pedro Valente said that I 100% relate, is that there's a part of your brain that if you don't know how to swim and you don't know how to defend yourself, there's always an anxiety. It creates an unnecessary anxiety that may affect a lot of things in your life. You know. Yeah. So just by covering that, you know how to swim. When you learn a little bit young. Yeah. You're not a good swimmer, but you know how to swim. You're not gonna drown. Depending on the situation, you will. But bottom line, you know how to swim. Bottom line, you know a little bit of self-defense. You don't have to be a champion. You just have to do a little bit. You can quit, but you have to do a little bit. Because mammals, they were born. If you put a baby on the water, they're not gonna drown. They're gonna swim.
Yep.
If you put a baby and you try to attack the baby, they're gonna defend themselves. Okay? The cat's gonna scratch. The dog's gonna bite. Is gonna win against anyone? No, but it's instinct. They have that. So we are the mammals that they don't have that. We have to learn how to swim. We have to learn how to defend ourselves. Okay, we don't know how to use the limbs in a correct way. So bottom line, I believe that anyone, any age, any you can start any time in your life. You have to do self-defense, and I believe the best self-defense is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So for people who don't do jiu-jitsu, I really recommend to start. You know, if you do jiu-jitsu, keep on training, because the path is long.
Yeah.
It's very deep, and it's fun, but it's very.
Just be careful.
Fun.
You won't want to work that much. I used to want to work more, but now I want to come do jiu-jitsu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Rickson.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.